What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over the top 8 deck lists from the latest Edison format World Championship qualifier. I'd originally said I was going to do top 16 because I didn't actually get to cover it this time, but then I looked at it, and 16 is like a lot, man. It's like a lot. Plus, okay, I kid you not, like half the decks that were in top 16 but not in top 8 were just like Blackwing. It's just like the same Blackwing list. There wasn't that much interesting going on there, except for Fraser's Amaryllis list, and maybe like one other thing, which if you want to see Fraser's list, you can just go to his channel because he did a whole video on it. So, maybe I'll link that in the description if you want to go check that out, because it was a pretty cool Amaryllis deck that he played with Miracle Fertilizer and stuff. So very interesting. But we're just going to be going over the top 8 today. So starting off, Scrub for Life's Dragon list is very cool. Yeah, I like it a lot, except for this one Gold Sark. What is this about? One Gold Sark? One? You want to see your way to future fusion sometimes, or not very much, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but rest of the list, very based. I like all the ratios. I like the Hamster Raikou Caius stuff. I like the Triple Debris Dragon. I like all of it. I like all of it a lot. I think it's a very solid list. So on Sork, but not Dad, which I think is optimal in here. Yeah, Dark Arm's just a little bit too finicky for this particular deck, I think. Plague being another decent dark target as well, and then your debris targets are mostly just Raikous, but also Spirit Reaper and Card Trooper are decent as well. You don't play Dandelion or anything in here. So, yeah, I like the monster lineup a lot. I think it's very solid. Spell lineup, maybe this Vortex should just be like a Gold Sark, although I guess Vortex is an interesting tech because it lets you clear Dupe Block, which is one of Dragon's bigger issues, but you have like Hamster Raikou Caius in here, which is supposed to solve the actual issues with the Dragon deck, so I don't really know if I agree with that. Dust Tornado, yeah, you just play this to protect your future fusion, I guess, so you can always have a clear back row when you activate it and resolve it. One Compulse, very nice. One D-Prison. I just really hate one D-Prison as a ratio. It's like one D-Prison and one Caius I just can't stand. I don't know, it probably doesn't matter that much. And then a bunch of random one-offs, all the good ones, of course, and a Starlight Road as well in the main deck. I don't know if you really need Starlight Road in here. Yeah, I would say probably not. I just am not a fan of Road outside of decks that absolutely 100% need to be playing Starlight Road. And then the side deck is, we got a second Drago, we got one Dyna. Why is every monster in the side is just a one-off? We got one Crow, one Snowman Eater, one Cyber Dragon. Actually, is this what is? There's gotta be some weird like OCD thing going. Everyone must be a one-off. I get the one-off Prime Mat, that makes sense. But the one Drago, I mean, you could just play two Dragos. I don't know if it's optimal to play all three Dragos or not post board. Maybe it's not, but it is really good in some matchups, so maybe it is. My Body Mind Con. Of course, pretty standard side deck cards. Same deal with Compulse, the second D-Prison, Dust Tornado, and some anti-frog cards. You gotta love to see those. The extra deck is mostly just all debris targets, but also we have a few things we can make with Plague Spreader as well, and of course you gotta have that 5-head and that Fortress Dragon. So very nice list. Congratulations on making top 8. Next up we have Hero Frog. It's just like Hero Frog. I guess it's a bit trap heavier. That might be worth commenting about. The spell lineup is like, we're missing some cards. We're not playing Econ. We're just not playing Econ at all, anywhere in the entire list. I don't know, that might be a mistake. I feel like Econ's really good. I feel like it's better than Soul Exchange. I mean, maybe Soul Exchange is better post-board because it doesn't lose to Dyna as hard, but yeah, I don't know. Econ is pretty crazy. Econ is pretty crazy. Instead of Econ, we're just playing traps. We're playing a one-dimensional prison. Again, with this one-dimensional prison. I hate you people. Why are you doing this to me? This hurts my eyes. Okay. One Mirror, one Torrential. I'm fine with playing those, and the discard traps, and the T-Roars, and the Trap Dust Shoot. It is just like a lot of back row. I don't know, the 1D prison stands out to me as annoying, though. I can't stand it. They're on the uni in the main, I guess. I haven't been keeping up with this. I feel like it's still like a half and half thing as to whether people play uni in the main or not. The side deck, we've just got more traps, including a Needle Sealing based. We got a Super Poly as well, but no Raptinus, so I guess it's just for heroes. I don't know, who even plays that Gemini deck? Who even plays the Gemini deck anymore? Nobody. Double Vanity's Fiend and one Breaker, the Magical Warrior? Right. Alright, we're playing Breaker over the third Vanity's Fiend, I guess. It's, like, fine. Smashing Ground takes care of annoying monsters. Card Destruction... Is this just to, like, deck out Dragon Turbo? Because if so, that's based, and I agree with it. I think that's awesome. I think that more people should do this, actually. More people should do this. Yeah. I don't know. The list is pretty neat. It's got a lot of traps. A lot of traps in this Frog deck. But hey, it did pretty well. Made top 8, so yeah. Next up, we got Gwari. This is the second top 8 finish for Glad Beasts this year, I think. The first one was Peak of the Beak. Was that Spiral back in February? Maybe? I don't know. So Glad Beasts and, like, Lightsworn having a much better year than they were before, I guess. Gwari's list is a little bit more normal, I guess. A little more standard, not playing the, like, Hero Signal, Creature Swap, Test Ape. Did Spiral's build have Creature Swap? I think it did. But Gwari's playing, like, a bunch of, like, Trap Stuns and Dark Bribes. Just to force through his plays, I guess. And then otherwise, it's very normal. You got the GB lineup, which is always roughly similar. On the Prismas, he's on a Grand Mole as well. On 2 Proving Grounds, on 2 War Chariot. People always play 2 War Chariot. I don't know. I feel like I would play 3. The deck is just so much better when you open War Chariot than when you don't open War Chariot. Like, I get Redundant War Chariot doesn't do anything, and you can recycle it. So I get the logic behind playing 2. But I feel like the consistency of seeing the War Chariot is so important, because your deck is like, it's like an entire tier better, at least, when you draw War Chariot. It's like drawing Whirlwind or something for you. It's just, like, really good, so I don't know. But yeah, that being said, Gwari did do quite well. I mean, his extra deck's just a bunch of fusion guys, and on triple smashing in the side, just to deal with annoying stuff, I guess. I don't know, big monsters are obviously annoying for GBs, so... Yeah, that's the Gladiator Beast build. Prisma Glads. Was Spiral's build on the Prisma stuff? I think, yeah, it was, because he was playing Heroes, right? So, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, so that's Gwari's Gladiator Beast build. Always hate to see that making anything anywhere. But anyway, next up we got the coolest build in the top 8, which I think we showed a replay of this deck before on What Are They Cooking, and everyone was really hyped about it. Everyone wanted to see the build. So this is Eratos's Poly Diva Hero... King of the Swamp Diva Hero, Water Hero, just water. I don't know if the deck has a name or not, but I know it is extremely cool. So on triple King of the Swamp and 2 Polymerization, of course, King of the Swamp also is a water monster for your triple Salvage and triple Moray of Greed that we're using with our Deep Sea Divas and our Gilman package. And then, of course, you also have both of the Water Elemental heroes with the full hero package of 1 Treeborn Frog, and then Gores to round out the monster lineup. We got double Ecall Rhoda, triple Miracle, and Future Fusion to get to all of our hero stuff. And for the traps, 1 D Prison. Why are you doing this? This has got to be this is a conspiracy. Why is everyone playing 1 D Prison? Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. It's literally, you're not even playing Torrential or Call or like any other good trap in here. You didn't even fill out all the good one-offs before you put in a random D Prison, which I guess the Frog player earlier didn't either, but still, what are we doing? Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Play an Interdimensional Matter Transporter instead. By the way, siding triple Interdimensional Matter Transporter, which is cool because it turns your Ab-Zero into like a Dark Hole, or it's like a Raigeki. It's a Raigeki, you just like chain it on your Ab-Zero Killer Hole board. Very funny. And then the side, we got some Barrier Statues as well. On top of some Snowman Eaters, some Nox, some Dust Tornadoes, and the extra we got Terra Firma, which is cool because you can like OTK with this thing, I guess. And then we got all the other heroes and some synchros that you make with the Deep Sea Diva plays, some 5s and some 8s, and Mistworm and some level 6s. So very cool list. Definitely probably the most based thing to make top cut of this event. Congratulations to Eratos. Awesome list, awesome performance. I love it. I might have to try out this deck on the channel, actually. Next up, we have Twilight in 4th place here. So, yeah, I mentioned before that Lightsworns have been having a better year, and, yeah, making top 8 at this event as well. We see the Lightsworn lineup is on triple Lyla, triple Raikou, just going all in on the spot removal guys. And then we've got 1 Aaron, 1 Jane, 1 Garoth, 1 Lumina, 1 Arcus, and 1 Celestia. One Celestia and only two Wolf kind of makes sense. You're playing less Wolf and less Celestia. But then also Caius in place of the second Celestia. So another Dark Monster, of course, for your dad and your Sork. So it makes sense. We got also Sangan, which is an interesting inclusion. It gets to your DD Crows and your Honest and stuff. So you got like searchable hand traps. You also have Gore's Trag, of course, makes sense. Plague Gardna, obviously, going to be in every Lightsworn build, and same deal for Honest and Card Trooper. You got the spells, you got Allure. How many darks are actually in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So we're playing 9 darks. Definitely in a deck that mills this much, enough to support Dad and Allure. You got the monster reincarnations to like modulate your dark counts for Dad to get back your boss monsters, etc. Same kind of deal with Avarice. And then the one trap is Dust Shoot, which this could have been treacherous. It's just one trap, but instead we decide Dust Shoot is better, which it might be better, actually. Dust Shoot is pretty crazy. It is a little bit variancy, I guess, because sometimes you draw Dust Shoot and it doesn't do anything, and that's kind of the annoying thing about Dust Shoot. At the same time, if you take it out, you always feel like you're nerfing yourself if you don't play Dust Shoot. But having it just be the one single trap isn't something you see very often. In the side, we have a barrier statue. That's just 2 different barrier statues that made top 8, so I guess that's pretty interesting. Maybe more people should just start playing barrier statues in their side. It's like a Dyna, but without the good effect. But also, like, your deck can special summon and the opponent's deck can't, I guess. The thing about this is you can protect it with Honest, too, which is neat. They're always going to be better if you could protect them. Which you also have Gardner to protect it. So you have some, like, ways to make up for the fact that you don't have back row. And then you got Decrees, we got 1 Oppression, 1 Return from the Different Dimension. I always thought this card would be funny to just side in mill decks for if people just bring in some like Die-Fi, some hateful stuff or whatever. And you have some ways to set it up yourself, of course. Yeah, we got Consecrated Light, we got Cyber Dragons, the extras, just a bunch of generic synchros, which is kind of standard for Edison formats. So that's Jets, Dahmer's Twilight deck. All right, moving on, we got... yeah, we got LeBased here with his 3rd place. Frog Yamata Drag. Was this like inspired by Ronok's build, or did someone else think of this? I don't know, but it's on like a bunch of discard traps and triple Yamata Dragon. So basically what you do is you use a bunch of your cards, and then you Yamata Dragon, and then you draw 5, and then you use those cards, and it's just like a control deck where you get infinite card advantage. It's pretty cool. So in this list, we have triple Yamata, triple Lad, and of course the triple Caius. We're on also Uni in the main, but only 2 swap. 2 swap, the 10FD ratio. You love to see it. You love to see 2 swap. Also 1 flip-flop Frog. So we're still on 11 Frogs. We're just only playing 2 swaps, and we're also playing flip-flop. We're also playing 1 Fishborg Blaster, which is pretty neat. It's not searchable outside of 1 for 1. But once you get it in the grave, you can just like keep bringing it back, I guess. And then you can use it as like fodder for your 2 tribute guys, and then your 2 tribute guys just replace all the cards in your hand, of course, because Yamata Dragon is awesome. Also on Dandelions, of course, helps go with the discard traps. You just like end phase, pitch Dandelion, kill their back row or whatever, and then you 2 tribute your Yamata Dragon, and you get buckets. You feel good. In the side, we've got Hino Kagetsuchi. So obviously this card's pretty crazy too. It's like it does the opposite of what Yamata does. Instead of filling your hand, it just rips the entire opponent's hand. Then we got some Dark Dust Spirits as well. We also got Star Blast, which is pretty funny. It's like a whack mausoleum. Triple DD Crow, and then the Vanity's Fiend has got to be in there as well. In the extra deck, no Fortress Dragon. Of course, we are playing Frogs, so no Sidra really. And then we are just on a bunch of different Synchro monsters that we can potentially maybe make with our Fishborg Blaster. I'm not sure synchro plays are something that happens really often in here. Presumably the Fishborg is usually just tribute fodder, I would think. Because, like, what are you going to do? You going to sync off with your dupe and your flip-flop? Like, that doesn't seem optimal. But, yeah, extremely cool list. 2 Upstart might be a little bit of a troll, but otherwise I absolutely endorse and support this list. I think it's awesome. So, yeah, moving on. We've got Purple Drunk, just Blackwings. Triple Legacy is... It's more Legacy than usual, I guess. I'm also playing Torrential. A lot of Blackwing players don't play this. I feel like they're nerfing themselves, though, because Torrential's a really good card. Double D Prison, double Bottomless, triple Icarus. The monster lineup is pretty much ubiquitous at this point. Yeah, it's just like always these 19, right? Does anyone play a build that isn't just these 19? I haven't seen one in a while, so. Side deck's a bunch of normal stuff. You got your Frog Hate, whatever. You got your Deck Dev. You got the Synchro lineup's the same too. I mean, it's Blackwing Synchro lineup. Like, what can we really say? It's Blackwings. It's a good deck. Got second place. Congrats to Purple Drunk. Same deal with Ludo, but less Legacy of Yada, I guess. More Royal Oppression main. More D Prison. The third D Prison. No Torrential. He's got a Book of Moon. The same 19 monsters as I predicted. Pretty much the same side deck too. I think there might be a little bit of a difference here. Probably the exact same extra. Maybe not the exact same extra. I don't remember. But yeah, it's never much to say about Blackwings. The lists all kind of look alike. That's just sort of the way the deck building is with Blackwings. But yeah, another first place W for Blackwings, I guess. Did they win? I think they won the last event too. So they won 2 in a row. Wow. Nice performance for Blackwings. Nice performance for Ludo. This is a pretty cool event. We had a lot of cool decks in top 8, or at least we had 2 really cool decks in top 8, and you know, some other interesting stuff as well. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the top 8 deck lists and my thoughts on them. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.